It wasn't right then, and it ain't right now. No means no. No matter the circumstances, nobody has the right to take advantage of you. That's rape. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your girl, Miss Sophia, the Diva, and we are on episode number 10 of Queen Sugar of season 4. This one is called Oh Mamere. It means, it's an old French translation, and it means, oh dear. Just like we all say, oh Lord, oh dear. And this definitely was an oh dear episode. Man, Darla's revelations about the truth about who could potentially be Blue's actual father. The fact that this latest setback has brought her and Vi back together. The fact that Charley is exploring a new type of relationship with her sister Nova. I mean, child, this episode had a lot in it, but it wasn't like, we were like, oh God. But it was good. It was really good. Rape culture was addressed. Sobriety and the things that lead to the tipping point. I don't understand why society can't be a little bit more forgiving, but I think that in this episode we saw Vi be a little bit more forgiving to Darla and also address some of her own demons. Now, when we open up this episode, Nova is once again in the diner. Why is she in the diner? Vi has told you that she does not want you in her diner. You have awakened some things in her that she wanted to forget about Jimmy Dale, and unfortunately now those things have come back to life, and the body don't forget what the mind does sometimes. So thanks, Nova. It's very disappointing and disconcerting how disrespectful Nova can be. Because we learn in this episode that Nova realizes that she likes to do things without permission and then ask for forgiveness later. And that's essentially what she did, because Vi asked her, she was like, well, why didn't you just come and ask me about going to talk to Jimmy Dale? And basically, Nova had to come to herself and realize, I probably still would have gone ahead and pursued it. I thought I could build some sort of relationship. You can't build a relationship with the psychopath. I'm sorry. But if I wanted Aunt Vi to do what Uncle Phil used to do to Jazz. Just throw her ass on out the front door. Because she needed to go. You trespass and call the cops on by next time she in there. But then we roll on and Charley got her in the damn cafe too. I guess she must have asked Aunt Vi's permission, because ain't no damn way I want a deserter or a backstabbing family member to be anywhere near me. Because she up there telling Aunt Vi before, Aunt Vi ended the conversation. She was like, we still family. What family? Real family. I'm going to say this. Real family wouldn't do that. Now, there are some family members, opportunistic parasites, people that just like to bully their own fellow family members that will do some shit like Nova did. But what you did to Aunt Vi was completely uncalled for. What you did to your entire family was completely uncalled for. In this conversation with Charley at the diner, Charley gives her an early birthday gift because she's like, well, my birthday isn't until next week. And Charley was like, girl, I might change my mind. Okay. And she was like, well, thank you, Charley. I'm not sure my birthday is going to be much to celebrate this year. Girl, you should be. You are an award-winning New York Times best-selling author made off the backs of your relatives' stories. Girl, you did it. Oh, God, Nova, you have a lot to celebrate. And you and Calvin can always get together and celebrate. And Micah, too. That'll be a happy birthday. But nonetheless, Charley does have a forgiving heart. And more so than Aunt Vi, because you see Aunt Vi, like, get your ass on. But Charley invites her out to some retreat. Child, they roughing it out there. But baby, at least they got to have a good conversation out here in these, what are them things called? Them Yetis or whatever they call. I forgot what the proper term is, but But it looked cute, but I wouldn't. Child, I did that in the military. I don't want to go to no outhouse or dig my own bathroom again. I don't. It's just not diva. But we learn when they're driving down there that Charley cannot, I was hoping, recoup on the damages done by the arson that was committed at Queen Sugar. The insurance won't cover it because it has a suspicion of arson. So now she has to prove that it wasn't her who set the fire. If she can make a connection between Old World, Francine, and whatever the other company is, I forgot, but the Landry's and Old World, basically, in the highway thing. If she can find some connection there, who's guilty of it, they can probably get through. And Nova offers her services. And in my mind, I'm like, well, Nova is still an investigative journalist, and that's the least she can do considering the damage she has done. During this retreat, they talk about how they really don't necessarily know anyone. Charley asked her when it came up about Remy, why is it that you just didn't have a conversation with me about him? She was like, well, I never slept with him. I just wanted to explore having a relationship with him. But you couldn't tell your sister you were interested in getting with her ex. But she said that she realized in her conversation with Aunt Vi that the reason why is that she is one of those people that don't communicate. Basically, she just up and do stuff without thinking and not considering. And I think that now, since she's made a commitment to no longer jump at the bit and do that, because all of us can learn a lesson from Nova, is that while in some instances, yes, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, it is justified for you to do what you got to do without asking permission. But she says she's going to stop doing that shit where she just does whatever she's going to consider. Because you have to think about some of the things you do. Who is it going to impact? What is it going to impact? That's what she needs to be thinking. In addition, while they're in the tent or whatever it is that they were in, Charley and Nova also realize they really don't know each other in that conversation, because Nova, I realize, is the oldest. So I guess Ernest and Ralph Angel's... No, Ernest and Ralph Angel and Nova's mom must have been on break, or he stepped out on her or something, because here come Charley. We learn that part of the resentment that both of them have for each other is, number one, Nova and Charley were at a college party or something, or some sort of party, and someone asked Nova who was Charley to her. She said, oh, that's just my half-sister. And that made Charley feel some type of way. And then she claimed that Charley was also taking her places she knew she couldn't afford all the time. And Charley was like, I was treating you. So it's all about perspective, if you think about it. And so now maybe there can be an olive branch of sorts with these sisters. I don't know. What do y'all think? Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this mending of sorts with Charley and Nova. Micah and Blue. I really love the fact that Micah took time out with his little cousin and kind of is taking on a big brother role with him, explaining to him how great it is to have two separate households to go to, because you get two separate Christmases, you get two different rooms you can decorate, and when your parents start seeing each other, you know, it's okay, you know, but because they were talking about Deesha and Ralph Angel. And Blue was like, well, Dad really likes her. And so I just thought that was really cute. Now, what wasn't cute is the fact that Micah, instead of looking at Blue, gets a text from Sister Kiki. And Sister Kiki texts him to let him know that Aunt is coming home. She talked to Aunt's mother, and she said that Aunt is coming home soon. So I guess he must have got early release or something. But while Blue has to go to the restroom, he can't wait any longer, so he does what he probably normally does with his mom and Aunt Vi. He goes to the women's restroom. And that's when Micah goes to look for him, because Micah's probably not thinking, you know, surely this little boy would not wander into the girls' restroom. But here's the thing. This whole setup was jacked up because, ladies, let's all be real. Who has the longest line every time? The women's restroom. Men never have a long restroom. All them men in that line must have been having prostate problems, honey. So Blue came up missing. He finds a cop in the park that they're in. The cop puts him in the car and says, we'll just wait for your cousin to find you. Micah shows up. The cop gets hostile right away and demands to see ID. Micah immediately becomes hostile. The cop goes for the gun. Now Blue is traumatized. And all I wanted to say, y'all, and I know some of us want to stand up for our rights. I get it. but you know the standards are different for us, and the only way those standards can change is if we work it from the inside. When cops like that do that, just get their badge number, cooperate, get their badge number, and file a report, contact the news, do whatever we got to do, blast them on social media. Once it spreads like wildfire, things tend to change. That's all I'm saying. So I was like, Micah, just show me a D. They get home with all the men of Queen Sugar, Hollywood, Prosper, Ralph Angel. And Blue is all excited. He's like, I even ended up in the back of a cop car. Rob was like, a cop car? Wait a minute. And Micah was just looking like, yeah, I only lost sight of him for like 1 second. You could tell Ralph Angel was a little perturbed, but at the same time, he was just glad that they were safe. And Mr. Prosper, I love him, his wisdom. He asked Micah, he said, son, are you okay? Because it's okay if you're not okay. We need to stop allowing these people to put us in our place and telling us what we can and cannot do. We have to stand up for ourselves. But I think it's great that black men having that conversation, because black men in general don't like to be emotional. They don't like to admit that they need help, that they need to go see a therapist. It's very important for mental health because the world is not kind to our black men. And I think that's why black women in general will get with certain brothers and try to love them to life when they're broken and down. And honestly, ladies, at this point, if you're not a mental health professional, we might want to withdraw on that. But I digress. One of the cute scenes in here is when everybody, the men of Queen Sugar, are hanging out and they talking about, they ladies. And Mr. Prosper like, yeah, I got me a lady, and she, I'm sweet on her. I was like, I love when old people say that. They like sweet on her. I was like, oh, they keeping company. He's a gentleman caller. And he was telling Hollywood, you got the best girl in St. Joe. And Ralph Angel was talking about Deesha. He talking about, yeah, we talking about making it official, because she sees me, my flaws and all, she sees me. And I was like, that's very important to be with someone who accepts you and sees you with your flaws and all. Very important. I think that's so important in a relationship. And I appreciate that. Wish more people did, because sometimes you end up in these relationships and you can accept somebody's flaws, but for some reason they have a double standard where they can't accept yours. So, he talking about they gonna make it official. I was like, oh shit, I thought y'all were already official, spending the night and shit with each other. But okay, come through, Ralph Angel. Okay, y'all, let's talk about Darla and relapsing. We knew since the publication of that book that Darla probably was gonna relapse at some point. It's too much. And we know for years, whatever demons Darla had been battling from her childhood, teenage years, whatever, that was her crutch to overcome those. And, people do drugs and liquor to forget and escape sometimes. When it becomes abusive, that's usually they're trying to escape from something or forget something. So Darla's mom calls her and was like, yeah, your friend Jordan is in town. Remember, that was your best friend. And you could tell Darla was like not too happy. But she goes ahead and takes Jordan's number, meets up with her. And Jordan is one of those friends that reminds us how as we evolve as people, we have to cut certain people out of our lives, right? And Jordan is one of those. Her dumb ass the whole time is sitting up there being disrespectful. No type of consideration for the fact that Darla has told you she's sober. She's like, oh yeah, your mama did tell me you were dried up. And then she was like, oh girl, I'm trying to get turned up. You know where the party is? And Darla's just like, no, I don't do that anymore. And she was like, remember that time in Georgetown? We were at that house. And girl, what did we take? Oh my God, we took some. I was so tired, girl. And then that's when she shares with Darla the fact that night, because her and Ralph Angel were on a break, it was a night for her to get loose. So she ends up going upstairs with some dude named Tom. And Tom and Chase apparently took her into the bathroom and had their way with her. And that's when Darla realized she had been raped. And that Darla, as Jordan is just chatting on like nothing is wrong. Like, it's obvious this girl is one of those people that is selfish and self-centered. She's like one of those people that waits for you to stop talking. And she's not actively listening to you. She's just waiting for you to stop talking so she can tell her story and talk all about her. No consideration that Darla may have been raped. But who knows? Her brain is probably still fried from all the drugs she's abused over the years and still continues to abuse. Darla was like, you know what? I got to go pick up Blue. Darla goes down to the bar with a Hunter Cosby. No, Darla goes down to the bar and set him up, Joe. And drink after drink after drink. Shot after shot after shot. Next thing we know, we see Aunt Vi, who has just left the diner after fussing with what I assume is her Apple Watch that the little boy had teach her how to use. Because we all need help sometime. But I was like, I know, I want it. I was like, she's so fussy. Stop being mean to that baby. He did harm, but it wasn't justified. Well, I don't know what to say, but y'all know, come on, Darla, you love everybody. So go ahead and give that boy some love. But so Aunt Vi is out here getting in shape. Get in shape, girl. And she in the park, and all of a sudden she sees somebody she recognizes. Y'all, it is Darla looking a hot, drunken mess. And she's all angry. I said, oh, damn, Darla's an angry drunk. Okay, she's like, oh, watch out. I gotta get Blue. Oh, and I was like, oh, shit. Darla don't ever need to drink again. She an angry drunk. I said, oh, Lord. So Aunt Vi was trying to help her. Finally, Aunt Vi was like, okay, let's go find Blue. And then she gets her, takes her home, and they have a talk. And it comes out basically that Darla realized in her conversation with Jordan that I was raped the night that Blue was conceived. And that's when Aunt Vi tells her that, no matter how we look at it, it's still rape. She says, I realized even when I was married, I just allowed Jimmy Dale to do that to me. Sometimes I felt like it was my fault. I even stopped saying no after a while. But no means no. Rape is rape. And she's right. And so she's a hot mess. Vi calls Ralph Angel to come over. She says, I need you to come by yourself. And I wanted you to come over before Blue comes home. And that's when Darla tells her truth. And Ralph Angel, even before they could get it, Ralph Angel was like, shit, I'm scared. Like, I know Ralph Angel was like, damn, did she have a terminal illness? Like, what's going on here? And that's when Darla tells him, and she was like, please don't hate me, and I'm sorry. And Ralph Angel said something. He says, don't be sorry. It's not your fault. And he told her whatever it takes, he was going to be there for her. He told Darla he going to be there for her, during this time. And Deesha's been blowing up his phone because remember, they were supposed to go out that night and they were supposed to become official. And I'm just wondering, what is he going to do about that? So, is Ralph Angel and Darla going to get back together? Where does that leave Deesha? And you can tell that Ralph Angel is like, what do? Darla is the mother of my child. I can't just leave her because she done fell off. She had to apologize for drinking too. Hopefully she won't feel a predilection to start drinking again full-fledged. She fell off the wagon for one day. Next, in the upcoming episodes, they say we only have 3 more episodes left. So I guess we get 13 episodes this season. We see it looks like Ralph Angel and Deesha don't work out. Maybe. At least from the previews. And Nova may have actually found something that can actually help Charley. We'll see. I think that's it. But I really love Queen Sugar. Someone said it on Twitter. It is what America needs right now. We need this story to be told. These are true stories that could be happening right now. It's fiction, but I'm sure some of these experiences are based on real life things that have happened and are happening. But that's all I've got for Queen Sugar. My name is Miss Sophia the Diva. For those of you whose first time is here, please be sure to subscribe, share this video, comment. Let's have a conversation about this episode. Remember, it's okay not to be okay. But I want to also add this, just don't stay there. And find you someone, if you can't afford a therapist, find you a real true blue friend that don't mind listening. Okay? Most of my friends know I'm that friend. I'll listen to you until we get it out your system. Okay. But be sure every Tuesday to join me for my radio show, A Diva Disturbed, on BFAM 109.6. Don't forget, I do have a GoFundMe campaign for my radio show. It will be down in the description. And if you want to just go ahead and give a little something to the diva to help a diva out, because y'all know I'm $270,000 in student loan debt. Yeah, Cash App, Diva 1977. That's all I've got. Thank you guys for joining the conversation. Chin up, buttercups. I promise you the sun will come out, and stay fabulous.